you and I did our first cast mission together, the whole time it was like I would send you the 9 line, and then you would have like 3 questions after that, and then I would clarify them, and then you guys would do your attack, and we just rinse and repeat until we got it down perfect.
You know, it was funny because when we did that, it was like I'm flying this mission and I'm asking you questions at the same time. Like I'm half in a classroom, I'm half flying, and I'm switching these modes as I'm doing it. And I got to say, it was really helpful. Now, I record a lot of video and I watch stuff afterwards because I feel like I learn a lot that way. But it was really helpful, that style of learning, at least for me, because it's not, I have to put this to bed, screw this up, come back and debrief, which I want to talk about debriefs here in a second. But I was able to learn and ask questions in real time and then apply it, which helped me get a positive repetition through that. And, positive repetitions build habits that make good pilot skills, at least in my experience. What do you think, Irish?
So backtrack maybe just 10 seconds there. You described almost exactly scenario-based training, which is a huge like training buzzword in anything FAA land right now. That's how we're pushing to train, private pilots, instrument pilots, how we're training, commercial pilots in larger equipment. It's all in context, like Blizzard was training you guys. Not so much this in a vacuum, like way abstract scenarios, but we talk about it in theory exams, but also in the air. You are, here 10 miles south of whatever airport, and this happens. What do you do, right? And we work through that process with questions exactly like you're saying. So that's a extremely valid training tactic, if you will.
It's
Do
so
you guys
interesting.
whiteboard that, or?
Well, at the flight school I worked at, every room had a big whiteboard. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So
Well,
sure.
did you guys whiteboard it? Did you guys actually do it real time in the cockpit?
Both, both.
Okay.
At different stages of training, right? I mean, you would do. We tried to work, book, in the classroom, to a simulator, to the real plane, with each topic, and it gets more visceral with each step, right?
It's interesting. I have never flown. Well, okay, I have like 25 years of experience being a passenger, in the back. And
Sure.
I remember the first time we took off and there's these loud bangs and pops and I'm like, I don't know, is that normal? Is this okay? Am I going to die? And I look at the stewardess and she looks like everything's fine. And I realized, I'm like, you know what? If she's calm, I'm calm. If she panics, I'm going to lose it. Right? Like, like that's my mental.
That's exactly it, man.
Yeah, that was my mental state in my first flight.
Ugh.
But I'm always amazed at finding the ways we do things and how it intersects with real aviation, civilian, military. And I get it, we're a simulator, we're trying to recreate, but to see that and hear you say that, it's just so interesting to me that there is this intersection of things that happen, that are, emulating the real world in that kind of a way, and the new style of teaching, because I found it to be tremendously helpful. And I didn't have those questions in the next 9 line. It made me understand the next thing and I could immediately apply it. So that's fantastic. I think it's a great style to hear that that's happening.
You've converged on real styles of training there, which is excellent.